Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're back in the game Enshrouded, and Keen Games has dropped for us the official roadmap for 2024. So we're going to take a look at what they have to say and what the roadmap offers us while we go and do some exploring and gathering because we need some things to pretty up the base. This was posted on March 13th, which was this past Wednesday, and it says Enshrouded Roadmap 2024. Take a look at all the good stuff that's coming your way. Greetings, Flameborn. You've all been patiently waiting for weeks now, eagerly wondering what's next for Enshrouded. We have been playing it very safe. On the one hand, we have big ambitions for the game and loads of ideas. On the other hand, Enshrouded is a brand new game, and some of the things we want to do might turn out to be more difficult than we can anticipate. It's a push and pull of wanting to keep you interested without overpromising on our capacity to deliver. Nonetheless, we've managed to land on a roadmap that we think will be of interest to everyone. For those of you who have shared your feedback on feature upvote, a lot of these items will look familiar. One of the factors that make us feel so confident in the evolution of Enshrouded is that in so many cases, your feedback and our vision for the game align pretty closely. For those of you who haven't looked into feature upvote yet, take a look, search for terms you're interested in, and let us know what you think. We'll reopen suggestion submissions soon. Anyway, we know your eyes have been drawn to the graphic below, so we won't keep you much longer. One thing to note, a roadmap is a living and breathing thing. It will change as we develop the game and things turn out to be harder or easier to implement than we originally thought. To celebrate this momentous occasion, Enshrouded will be part of the Steam Spring Sale, with the game's first discount starting on March 14th and ending March 21st. And one last thing after reading all this, update when? This month. That's all for us today. Keep an eye on your Shroud timer, and maybe we'll see you around the Hollow Halls. The team at Keen Games. And as they say, the game has been put on discount. A little discount, 10% off. That makes it $26.99. Definitely a good thing. But now, let's take a look at this graphic and see what the roadmap looks like, shall we? All right, we have the roadmap up, and it says Enshrouded Early Access Roadmap 2024. Flameborn, your feedback helps us make Enshrouded better. Here's a look at our roadmap for the next few updates based on your suggestions. Let's see what we have. We have Hollow Halls Dungeons, Steam Deck support, performance improvements, smoother high FPS gameplay, location improvements, improved loot UI, workshops craft from magic chests, better stack splitting, multiple NPC instances, reassignable glider shortcut, sitting on furniture, improved post-processing, more trees to grow, round doors and windows, potted plants, new building materials, replayable world quest, better quest sorting, server gameplay settings, server user rights, townsfolk NPCs, vanity system, editable signs, musical instruments, townfolk pets, animal farming, enemy patrols, weather system, mountains biome, portals to other servers, nameable bases, nameable map locations, multiplayer pings, named tombstones, new enemies and bosses, fixes and polishing, and at the bottom it says here's a glimpse at some other major features coming later this year in our early access. Sharing and visiting of bases, create and share gameplay experiences, world events, instance dungeons, more biomes, and water. Enshrouded is getting bigger and better, and it's all thanks to you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for taking part in our early access. Signed, Keen. All right, so we have looked at all of these, and from what I'm seeing, the roadmap falls into a few basic categories. The first one being improvements to the game itself, including performance improvements, improved FPS, improved post-processing, and fixes and polishing. These are core updates, and I'm glad to see them added to the roadmap. The next category I see here is gameplay improvements, such as the loot UI, better quest sorting, nameable base and map locations, and the better stack splitting. I'm definitely looking forward to that last one, because stack splitting is a pain in the backside right now. I'd say location improvements fall into this too, if I had a better idea of what they mean by that. Crafting and building seem to be getting quite a bit of love too, with features like workshop crafting from Magic Chest. Yes, definitely want that feature. Animal farming, which, I'll be honest, I thought was already in the game based on the barns and pastures I saw in the towns. Then there's the editable signs, which I guarantee I'll be using quite freely to categorize my workshop materials. New building materials, which is every builder's dream, and fun things like the potted plants and round doors and windows. I get the feeling we're going to see a lot of Hobbit Burrow builds when those come out. Things like new biomes, a weather system, world events, and water all add to the world building and exploration within the game. And these are probably things I'm most excited for. More things to explore and find? Yes, please. Keep that coming. I'd say the biggest bulk of the roadmap is dedicated to multiplayer or co-op. From things like replayable world quests to server gameplay settings and server user rights, King Games is creating a game that will support and encourage co-op. The multiplayer ping and name tombstones, I think, should have been in the game from the start, but then I'm used to both being in Valheim, so I have a bias there. And aside from the co-op itself, things like sitting on the furniture, musical instruments, a vanity system, and visiting and sharing bases adds some great opportunity for roleplay in the game. Not sure if they intended that, but it certainly popped into my head when I read them. A couple of these on the list, I'm not sure how I feel about them or how they'll look implemented. For example, the townsfolk NPCs and townsfolk pets. It seems that lore-wise, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Didn't the Shroud pretty much kill everyone, ancient and human alike, save for those in the flame vaults that we find? Are they planning on adding more survivors first to find in the vaults? Or are we going to find some random NPC surviving in some ruined houses or towns? I'll reserve my final thoughts on that for when it comes out. Enemy patrols sound like Valheim raids, and I'll be honest, not too keen on that. One of the things I like is that my base isn't being messed with, and I don't really want some band of mobs to come through, destroy everything I built, or kill my crafters and whatever animals I've tamed. Hope with the server gameplay settings, they'll add one that we can disable that particular feature. As for the instanced dungeons and hollow hall dungeons, well, I rarely do dungeons in most games, so I may not even get to experience these to find out what they're like. But who knows? Maybe I will, and I'll enjoy them in the same way I enjoy the ones in Valheim. But to cap it all off, like they said in their announcements, roadmaps are ever changing, and depending on the ease or difficulty of implementing things, this one could look very different in 3 months. I do like the direction they're headed with the game, loving that we'll be getting some features for adventurers, crafters, builders, and roleplayers alike, and can't wait for the next updates to expand and improve the world of Embervale. But leave a comment below. What was the most important or exciting thing you saw on the roadmap? And until next time, bye for now.